A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her. But there was a lot of people tried to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place, because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done. You can't minimize what Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie. Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done. But we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings. We saw the merchandise sales. We saw the attendance. But y'all want to make it about something else. Caitlin Clark is box office. She's doing this. And instead of giving her credit, y'all tried to make it about, oh, y'all poo-pooing the old guard. Y'all never talked about the old guard like this. Nah, I ain't gonna let it slide. Caitlin Clark, unanimous Rookie of the Year. But what's even more impressive, she's first team WNBA. First.
I don't know if truer words have ever been spoken by a woke welfare collector at the worldwide leader in woke, ESPN. Clearly, Shannon Sharpe. Hey, it's me, Shay Shay. Clearly, the grown man who calls himself Shay, he hasn't received the memo. Now, that young lady in the clip, I believe her name is Andrea Carter, something. Who in the hell knows? I mean, she covers the WNBA dump for ESPN, so naturally, she is going to be anonymous so she can relate to the players that she's covering. She tried to remind Shay of this important rule at the worldwide leader in woke. The truth is not allowed on this network, because that is what Uncle Shay was speaking. The truth. Not only was he speaking the truth, Shannon Sharpe, he was publicly calling out other woke welfare collectors who work at ESPN. Now, he refused to provide names, but that's okay, Uncle Shay. It's all good, because Uncle KC, he has no problem telling people exactly who you were talking about. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble across this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. If you search Behind the Line here on YouTube, it should be the first channel that comes up. It is no secret that Shannon Sharpe was talking about Monica McNutt or Monica McDougal, Monica McRib. Who cares? It doesn't matter what her name is. Over the summer, Monica, she experienced her 15 seconds of fame. I mean, she was literally famous for about 15 seconds. She used to be a somewhat regular panelist on First Take, where she would constantly downplay the impact that Caitlin Clark was having on the WNBA dump. And by the way, I just received ratings this afternoon for the WNBA playoffs. I'm going to show you guys the impact that Caitlin Clark is having on the dump tomorrow morning on the main channel. But anyway, Monica McDougal, she downplayed the impact of Caitlin Clark, and that was fine. That was fine. At the time, Stevie and Shay, they had no problem with that. But the problem arose when Monica McNutt decided to criticize Stephen A. Smith over his lack of coverage of pretend basketball. What she basically did was try to humiliate Stephen A. Smith on his own show. Now, in the short term, that was a brilliant idea. The clip of Monica woman-splaining to Stevie, it went viral. It was viewed millions of times on social media. All of a sudden, Monica McNutt, she was being celebrated by feminist and independent women. Ooh, girl, you told that toxically masculine man what the business is. You showed him a strong, independent woman. I'm a woman, independent. Why are you so unhappy? Monica McNutt was able to parlay her short-term fame into an appearance on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Now, I am not talking about The Daily Show of Failure, which continues to be hosted by a rotating panel of huge embarrassing failures while continuing to finish dead last in late-night television. Monica McNutt was invited to appear on The Real Daily Show, but there was just one problem with her plan. There was just one problem with her strategy to cure her need for attention. While her plan worked in the short term, it backfired in the long term. Has anyone seen Monica McNutt recently? I think the last time I saw her face, it was on the side of a milk carton. Missing woke woman who disappeared in a sea of toxic masculinity. We have received leads that she was spotted at a WNBA game between the Las Vegas Anonymous Faces and the Phoenix Masculines. But since no one was watching, we cannot confirm the accuracy of that lead. Monica McNutt made the classic mistake of biting the hand that feeds you. She squandered her opportunity to have a weekly appearance on First Take. Her passionate lecture that was given to Stephen A. Smith, that happened back in June. To my knowledge, Monica McNutt, she has only appeared on First Take once since that happened. One appearance in the last 4 months. Hell, I don't think she has even been mentioned on the show until Shannon Sharpe called her out this morning. All these women, Sherry Swoops, Monica McNutt, all these women that wanted to downplay the impact of Caitlin Clark, that wanted other WNBA players to receive the spotlight that they believe they are entitled to receiving, all those women, they are about to get their wish. Here in a couple of days, Caitlin Clark, she is probably going to be eliminated from the playoffs. That spotlight, it will move away from Caitlin Clark to the rest of the dump divers in the WNBA. Of course, WNBA players, they are going to remain unseen because as soon as Caitlin Clark is eliminated, the spotlight is going to be turned off. Good for Shannon Sharpe, though. Good for Shannon Sharpe for being willing to call out the bullshit. It wouldn't surprise me if Stephen A. Smith asked Shannon Sharpe to do this for him. As the executive producer of the show, as the boss, maybe Stephen A. didn't feel comfortable doing this himself on ESPN, so he put his Uncle Shay on Monica McDougal. Or maybe Stevie felt that Monica McDougal wasn't a big enough star to warrant his attention. Give me your thoughts on this. Shannon Sharpe absolutely torches woke welfare collectors at ESPN for downplaying the impact of Caitlin Clark. More specifically, Shannon Sharpe torched Monica McNutt. Did her confrontation with Stephen A. Smith back in June, did that result in Monica McNutt being removed from First Take? I think so. What about you? Sound off in the comments below. We'll be talking about playoff ratings in the WNBA tomorrow morning on the main channel. I'll see you guys then.